Tracy Gunn's getting a very interesting tattoo there. I don't know if I'd personally get that myself. I really like the comment there about his mother getting it before he did. Very nice. Anyway, on to the next portion of our show here. Our guest today is Mike Butler, and he plays with a band called Monster Zero. We're going to be asking him a few questions, and I'd like to introduce him first of all. This is Mike Butler.
Howdy.
And we'll go right into the questions.
I bet you were wondering, do I have a tattoo as well?
Do you have a tattoo as well? That's right.
I just got to show it.
Oh wait, can you show it?
Yeah,
Are you allowed to
it's
show
a
it?
little humble tattoo right there.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Black heart, Joan
I
Jett.
just had to do that. Sorry.
Nothing wrong with tattoos. I don't, something about that neck tattoo.
I know, I got the same feeling too, you know.
It's not the kind of thing that you can put, you know, just hide or something, you know, that's there.
What's that on your neck?
So, who's in Monster Zero?
Who's in Monster Zero? Okay, we have the monster himself, Mr. George Grant. Spooky. He's, him and Louis Fantasius is the drummer. George is on bass. They're the core of the band. They started it going back a year and a half ago.
And what
they started getting it together. I'm the new member. Before me was Mr. Kevin Hunter. I'm sorry?
No.
Mr. Kevin Hunter came in first. He's our ace guitar player. And I am the new singer. Well, not so new anymore. It's going on 6 months, but that rounds up the lineup. No, we have Lorenzo.
Lorenzo? Who's that?
Spiritual member.
Spiritual member.
And also Nick DeMeo.
Nick DeMeo.
Another spiritual member.
All right, so tell me about, like, the band style, like, what kind of music do you play, like, what kind of image are you kind of trying to...
We are a rock and roll band, and just like everybody else who's a rock and roll band, you try to be the best rock and roll band you can be. You try to come up with something to say, you know, add something to the music community. We happen to be an all-black rock and roll band, which is cool, you know, gets a lot of attention from, you know, people, positive and negative, but too bad we're here to stay.
Where have you played around?
Oh, we've been playing everywhere over the summertime. We were at the Marquee, which was a couple of nice gigs down there. Played for some, opened for some good acts like Scatterbrain and Love Hate. You know, it's good when a band like us plays with that because...
you get a lot of exposure? Yeah,
a lot of exposure. We think we're right there with them. Not that we sound like either one of those bands, but, you know, their audience dug us. And, you know, that's what it's about, playing with acts that are going to attract big audiences on top of our fan following. Friends, I would say, at this point. It's not... I can't call you folks fans, they're friends, but, you know, it was some good gigs down there. We played everywhere from Zone Decay. We played this little place on 3rd Avenue called Continental Divide. That's always a blast. And we played over in Hoboken a bit, live tonight. And we're looking forward to doing some extensive, getting out there on the road, like a couple months down the line. That's the song title of ours, Down the Line. And we tend to use it a lot ever since we wrote it. Down the line!
So, playing around these clubs and everything, what's it like being an unsigned New York band?
It's hard. At the same time, you realize, you know, I mean, you hear these guys who've made it, and they say, oh, but the years before we had the contract, those were the best. Well, yeah, you can see the merit in what they're saying, but when you're on the other side of the fence, it's like everything's to get that deal. Not to say everything is to get that deal. Like, I mean, I hate this, you know, some people go to any extreme, like they'll put out anything you think the public wants to hear just to get a deal. We're not about that. We want to stay true to what we like, and if it isn't the most in thing, or if it's, you know, on the back burner, which it isn't, thank God, but, you know, we want to just stick true to what we do, which is rock and roll. A lot of people would have us compromise our sound just to fit in more, or Yeah, I'd say fit in more, but we're not interested in that. I think people like us just the way we are, actually, you know. The audience, the live performing, that's where, you know, shows up.
You said there's, you know, you're the new member of the band.
I'm the baby of the family.
Baby of the band. So what have you been doing prior to Master Zero?
Me? Well, I was a horseman. I was a band Blue Fire. Any of you might know that, for years. And then I was doing some solo work with a project called Horsepower. And I just was not getting out there and playing the way I wanted to.